I would say that for anybody that's thinking about coming to Wheeling and doing this, they should be encouraged by the fact that there are so many other great projects going on. I came here and did this because I was inspired by the other projects that were happening in the city. I hope I'm just next in line. When we first walked into the place, it was essentially a kitchen showroom. There was showroom models all over the place. And a lot of the really beautiful details of the ceiling were covered up. A lot of the beautiful details of the wall were covered up. And so we had no idea what we had. With all of the festivals being out front and West Banco Arena nearby, there needed to be some use that played into those already existing events. As I had conversations with people, it became obvious to me that this needed to be, on the first level at least, a food, bar, music, entertainment kind of environment down here. A mixed-use commercial development where all of the business complement one another and ultimately lead to an outcome that's greater than the sum of its parts. About midway through this room, there will be kitchens. There will be 2 front windows, and those 2 windows will be where you can order food from a fast casual restaurant. Follow me. This entire dirt area here is basically going to operate as a live music venue and bar. So there's going to be a 29-foot bar. Right here, there will be a 16-foot long stage, and if I'm the drummer, I'm going to have this view right here. See, now that I'm in charge, this is going a lot smoother. The plan here is to basically allow for a drywall separation and a door into a business. It opens up into a hallway into 2 apartments. And those apartments are going to be short-term rentals, Airbnbs, probably best used in conjunction with the events that happen here. And I think that's kind of a competitive advantage that this building will have as an event space, is the ability to treat it like your home for the weekend. This is the 3rd floor, and this is the event space. We can fit 250 people up here, and the primary objective is going to be weddings, but we'll also do corporate events and things of that nature. What you see above you is a structurally reinforced 3rd floor ceiling that will allow for the potential development of a rooftop event space in years to come. The hope is to eventually use that as a public elevator where people can go upstairs and party. I bit off more than I could chew here by about 5 times and didn't realize that in the beginning, but now I can see how beneficial the really difficult times have been. And then you're forced to recalibrate and to problem solve and to work through those things. And that in and of itself, the journey of it for me, it's obvious that has helped me grow in a multitude of ways. So it's almost like I'm in like the 7th or 8th inning of the building now. And you know, sometime in the 4th or 5th, I didn't think we were gonna win the game. I mean, I feel like I might be making this sound over dramatic, but I guess it's my life. I don't know. I find myself thinking a lot about how long the Berry family was in business. It was ongoing for 194 years. But I think about that because my own family has had a multi-generational business, and it's only been around since 1946, but I know what all of those relationships look and feel like through the generations. You know, I remember sitting at my grandpa's coffee table and hearing them talk about the insurance business with my dad when I was 9 years old. And I know that happened here too. I've done 2 of these projects before. I hesitate to call them similar, but they're 2-story office buildings that I've used as locations for my insurance office and then put apartments above. So pretty straightforward uses that are far different from this project now. And then neither of those projects were historic tax credit projects. And because of its size and financial scope, I needed to find ways to fill the gaps between what this was going to cost and what my loan was going to provide. And the difference was made up by the historic tax credits, the revitalization subgrant from Wheeling Heritage, the facade improvement program, the upper floor development program, later the outdoor dining program. And I started to see that, like, okay, there's a way that I can put all this together, and it's like I can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. It makes me feel like it all was worth it. I think that the development of this building and really the proof of concept that will only come later will be one of the best parts potentially, because then people will have more reason to come engage with the waterfront. Even if they're more likely to come down here and walk their dog or ride their bike or sit and read a book because this is here, that means that these things are working together. And ultimately that's an exciting part of the whole thing too, that it's on the waterfront and that could lead to more on the waterfront. But it takes an individual person and their own courage and decision making to get something like this done. And at least in my case, it was incredibly rewarding.